Thank you for staying after the film. So if you have any question,
Okay. I was going to start off, but well, just to ask you a little bit about, first of all, Tanathor. What does that mean, literally?
in Arabic, it's a meaning of tumbling, something fall down in a chaos situation. But the distributors thought it's much more sexy to call it Last Days in Jerusalem. Loud. The distributors thought it's much more sexy to call it Last Days in Jerusalem, but the Arabic name it's Tanathor, tumbling.
I would have called it stuck. I felt that that's stuck. I feel that was a theme in the film of being stuck.
Yes, it was my vision to run away from Jerusalem, from the city, to go inside. It's like was a moral and artistic decision to be with the characters inside at their house or the mother house or at the hotel or in the cars. So I wanted to give this stuck situation that they are like in a blockada, matzor.
So they under siege.
Yes, in a metaphysical way also, in a physical way and a metaphysical way. So was the artistic decision to do that. Yeah.
What was the source? Where did this all start from for you?
It started from a book called Return to Haifa. It's a very famous book by Ghassan Kanafani. It's dealing with history in the 48, 67. And after I started to write the script, I realized that I want to deal with the future. I don't want to deal with the past. So I changed the story. I still with the couple, with the journey of a couple, to be together, not to be together, to have a child, and to have a child. So this was the beginning of the making the film, writing the script.
And before we open it to questions, just one last question, because I mean it's a beautiful, beautiful film, and I feel like there's a lot of I'm gonna guess European inspirations there. Who are some of the people? What are some of the inspirations for you? Oops.
I love European in cinema, so really in this film I wanted to make directors I really love, like Bergman, like Antonioni, like Godard, Abuz, מה זה באנגלית? Abuz. Competent of Godard, somebody know the film. So it was my influence. I wanted to make also to work with the actors like Cassavetes way that I love. You know, I did this film in this way. I don't know if I succeed, but at least I made a good analyze for myself. So
I'd love to take some of your questions. Don't tell me that you don't have any questions after this film.
Um, I've seen this film actually a number of times.
yeah.
I first saw it in the Rough Cut, and then I saw it in Haifa, and now I see it now. And I read Ghassan Kanafani's book a couple of times, and it's such a powerful book, leaving their child behind in 48, and then coming back after 67 to find the child, etc. I wonder why you departed so far from the book.
As I said, it was something personally. I wrote a few drafts of the book, but personally, suddenly I didn't want to deal with this like very tough issue with the past. I felt I want to deal with the future. Was personal. I know that it was a discussion between me and the producers, but I can't explain it. It was a personal situation, something instinctive. I don't know how to explain it. I wanted to, maybe it's so also a personal thing that I'm in a stage of life that I'm thinking about to be in a couple, to be together, to immigrate, to stay in my place, to have a child, what to do with your career, all these questions, this I wanted to deal with them in the film. So it was something like obvious for me to do that and not to do 48, 67 to try to correct the past. It's very difficult.
The film was so heavy, and it's about a relationship. And could you tell me, you wrote it, right? You wrote this film. And I'm not privy to the book. I would love to know the name of the book, by the way, and the author, but because I would love to read it. But could you tell me about what you were trying to say? Because, wow, that was some heavy-duty relationship. Please, could you tell us?
Yeah, it's maybe after that we drink a beer. I'll tell you personally. Yeah, it's. I live in very tough couple relationship. I live in Tel Aviv. I'm from Al-Fahim. It's not how to say. It's not obvious to live in Tel Aviv for Arab, for Palestinian, to be stranger, homeless. So all these heavy things I have in my soul. So I try to put it. Have you seen Senses of Marriage of Bergman? Also, it's very heavy relationship. I this kind of when I already made 2 features, made few short films, but I can say every time I look at a film that I made, I see a body, a dead body. I was there, my personality was there, but I'm already in another place. So for me, it's like to look back. It's very hard to explain, this instinctive thing that move you to make. Excuse me? Agony.
Agony, a cave.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's because in every relationship there is a pain. Because relationship is a compromise in every relationship. It's really a compromise, and you need to deal with the pain. So analyzed psychologists make a lot of money of. At the end, for me, at the end of the film, it's a liberation. It's kind of liberation.
I feel that.
Because they need this journey, this painful, to scratch each other, to hurt each other, to love and to hate, and to liberate themselves from this pain. Like they need together, they need to be together to pass this journey, to arrive to the new destination, new life. But everybody with his own. For me, it's yeah. It's like for me, it's a liberation now. For me, when I direct the actress at the end, for me, she know where is she going. She's not lost. She's all the film. She's like a lost child. She don't know what to do. She's annoying. But now suddenly you feel that she's mature. She know where she's going, and for me, it's it's a kind of liberation of the characters.
Ma'am, hold on. We got another
Beginning.
question up here.
At the beginning, you are in shock. You are in shock. You're not a machine. You are in shock. But after that, after a few minutes, you understand. You realize what's going on, and now I'm continue.
Thank you. I think that was. I felt very clear that he gave her a freedom that she could never have in Jerusalem. They had to be in Paris to reach this freedom. We're going to take one last question over here.
So thank you so much for the film. I wanted to ask you about your 2 main actors. How did you choose them? I don't know the lead female actor, so just
I like to work with non-actors. They are non-actors actually. He's analyzed psychologist. He's not an actor. She's yes, in his life. This is what he's doing. And she studied I studied theater acting, but she never do it. I love to work with non-actors. It's a privilege because you know, Palestinian cinema, there is no really industry. It's like an individual making of films. So when you try to choose, for example, a character like this, you don't have a lot of choices. So it's a privilege also. It's very hard, much harder to find them. It took me like 1 year to find the characters, to make a lot of rehearsals. But you know, I prefer to do this way, to make this way, you know, than to bring somebody that I'm not really convinced, and just because I have no choice, I need to pick him. So it's you know, it's kind of privilege, you know, to do that.
Wonderful, wonderful job. What's next for you?
What?
What's your next film? Are you working on something new?
Yes. Can I say it here? Will
Yeah,
not
yeah.
tell
No, no.
anybody?
These are friends.
Yeah. It's a Palestinian gigolo in Tel Aviv.
Come back for more. Thank you very much, Tawfik. Tomorrow, a big day here for